knows we're live. 5, 4, 3, 2. I'm trying to type into my chat that I'm hosting this channel. So I want to do it so you're not mad at me.
Should we?
We definitely weren't arguing about Deep Space Nine characters.
Just are we on? I need this to be canon. Are we on the bottom part of the screen?
Yes, you are Team Power Bottom.
Wow. All right.
Sarah didn't know she was getting into this.
We'll explain later.
Hi guys, and welcome to the ever-professional GeekSpaceTV. We are so excited to be here to present to you another episode of Leviathan Distant Stars. We hope you will enjoy it greatly. But before we jump into that, I have some announcements for you, and then also, we will introduce our characters and / players. We'll do a quick recap. Apparently I'm setting the entire agenda now, so I'm just gonna get my dice got out of order. Announcements. I feel like I need different background sound. I think what was that? That is, I believe, the
It's the new age
the
intro to the
telemetry?
show.
Y'all, we've leveled up the technology here.
We did.
What?
We did.
We're
There's
living
some
in the
asteroids.
future now.
I mean, I can go nuts. There's a warning signal button.
Oh.
But I haven't done that. We've got distress signal. Guys, in case you didn't know, we're using Sirenscape. We're going to figure out how this
Sirenscape?
works. Sirenscape or Sirenscape?
Whatever.
I don't know. I don't know how they pronounce
S-I-R-E-N
it.
would be siren.
It's S-Y-R-I-N.
Oh.
It's a siren.
Siren.
Like
Then
a
that's-
siren.
Yeah,
like
she lures you with her song.
It's siren if you're in the 90s
Yeah.
and putting Y's on every I.
So anyway, I'm gonna
Too
turn
close
this
to home.
down a little bit. While I'm
We're doing
setting
a
the
really-
mood.
not a random applause.
Oh.
Setting the mood.
Quite
So-
the
We're
mood.
doing a really good job of
Wow.
setting the theme of what the show's
That
going to be
was
about.
time on the Sims. Making
Hello.
magic.
Welcome to
Living
GeekSpace
fun.
TV. Let's start with some announcements. If you would like to support GeekSpace TV, there are many ways that you can do it. We have a Patreon. You should go check that out. It's a really great way to give a monthly ongoing donation at various different levels with various different rewards. I know one of them includes getting your name in an awesome shade of purple in Discord, which is very cool. I like it. I saw people, this is a good purple. Purple is a good color.
It is a good color.
Just for $1. Then you can also donate during the course of the show. And note, I am using the word donate because we're a non-profit, which is super awesome, and is why we're part of why we're very excited. So if you donate during the show, I will be reading out donations at the half break and then at the end of the show. So if you send those in, they are thoroughly greatly appreciated. You will notice the total amount for this week has gone up by $50 because you were all rightly pointing out that Anna, the amazing Anna Geeks, was not.
We do this now?
It was a thing at one point on a different show when her name got changed, and I'm glad it's a thing.
Wait, oh yeah, I forgot it was before. Am I allowed to say what it was before?
No, it was complicated and unnecessarily so. But Anna Banana Gaming Cabana will get you there too, I believe. As so many other options. But she should also, because she's doing work right now, get paid. So if you would like to help that happen, that is why our donation total is higher. Just so people do know, we do have funds from the crowdfunding campaign that we did early on. The donation goals are to help us set aside that money to use for other things like upgrading the stream, but also pay rent in weeks that we don't make the goal. So it's helpful, but also you being here, we thoroughly appreciate. So thank you. Feel free to tweet out the stream, share it out, send the love to other people, forcibly sit them down and be like, you should watch this because it's really good. Or ask them nicely and get their consent.
Yeah, it's not forcing you for consent.
Exactly.
It's
Then
in
it's
the
like,
bondage.
you should watch this because it's really good. But
Bondage
only if you
can be
want
consenting.
No, that's
Yes,
what I
it
said.
can.
I said
In fact, it is only
No, I know
consenting.
that's what I said.
to. So.
If it is consenting, then it's just bondage.
No.
What?
Yeah, 'cause
no,
you're
it's
tying
not.
them down
You
to
can
make them
consent
watch
to
it.
things that's not.
X card.
Okay. We're gonna have this conversation. I'm confused.
Excited in the car.
I need a question mark.
We're trained professionals.
Super trained professionals. The other announcement is that we have a fan art submission link and people are not using it, which means we cannot have a fan art slideshow prior to our stream because damn it, we want to attribute to the artists because they're amazing. So you have to submit through official channels, which is to say, community, if you see cool fan art, be like, use this link. And then tell them to submit to the link.
Hey, Lauren.
Hey, Claudia!
If I loved this art, am I allowed to submit it for somebody else?
don't
What?
think you should.
No, the
because
answer
then
is
you don't have
no.
permission from the artist.
There we go.
Yes.
Did
Okay.
that come up for you?
No, it was just, it was like a pop.
Hypothetically.
Yeah, hypothetically.
Hypothetically, you should not submit art on somebody else's behalf.
Well, I mean, if we're being hypothetical, like,
I was trying to do the whole
Hey.
dinosaur thing where we start a conversation, ask good questions.
that was a great
What?
question, Claudia. Thank you for asking.
This must be a teacher thing.
if I see an artist on the street, should I punch them until they make fan art of this show, Lauren?
X card.
Well, we're 10 minutes in and that's gotten
Let's introduce our players, starting once again with the non-annoying side of the table.
Excuse me. One day we'll be
Whoa,
first.
whoa. Let's take pride in
One
our
day Dan will
status.
be on the other table.
I don't know.
Hello, everybody. My name is Liz the Bold. I am a part-time streamer, full-time Jadzia Dax fangirl, stan, cape wearing. Like, I don't understand why you don't love her. And if you don't love her, you're wrong, Dan.
I agree she's better than Esri. Esri was terrible.
I stream 2 times a week on Thursday evenings and on Sunday afternoons. You can find me pretty much everywhere at Liz the Bold, and I play Ziana, who is, God, what is she even captain of anymore now that her ship has been skewered? Who knows how she's going to pay it off? She's got an alien arm now. I mean, like, alien to her arm now, because she is herself an alien, 7 feet tall, red, scaly. It's a thing. And, God, it just she's also
Just
fast.
got real complicated real fast.
It just got real complicated real fast. Also, I'm level 2 now. We're all level 2 now. And I'm becoming the tank that I was meant to be. I feel real good about it. How do you feel about it?
I feel really good about it.
Thank you.
Feel good. I'm not a tank. Hi, I'm Cheryl, aka Muppet Aphrodite, on Twitter and Twitch and YouTube and all the things. I'm an affiliated streamer and I'm a software designer. Run around speaking about voice design and stuff like that. You can find me at ideaplats.com if you're interested in that sort of thing. And I play Hexy Kate, who is a psionic with telekinetic powers and some new powers that she's discovering this week. Hexy is basically like Taylor Swift plus Annie Get Your Gun in space. She can summon weapons with her mind and armor and all that kind of stuff. She loves a good song. Her hit song Soulmates is well known in some parts of this arm of the galaxy. Some parts. And she is hard at work on her next album. She's trying to, explore and find herself, find her emotions.
It's my turn.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Claudia. You can find me on the Twitch and Twitter at Jackie Dash, JAKIDASH.
Ding.
So I play Kika, and Kika is the engineer, meter tall, baddie in more ways than one. I'm really excited to be a part of this. Is that? Yes.
Are you?
I
Are you
like that at the end.
confirmation to be excited?
Yeah, Kika. Oh, and Kika's mostly blind. Mostly. She can see things with her, like, right here. But she sees with hearing with echolocation. I'm done. I was gonna keep doing that until you guys
Yeah.
cut it off.
Oh,
I was
okay,
done,
okay.
but-
Hi, I'm Sarah. You can find me on Twitter at ShellGame, and I play Thea. She likes to borrow things, everything, particularly if it's valuable. She has fingers that don't quite bend the ways you would expect fingers to bend. They bend in the ways she needs them to bend at regular intervals. They're delightful.
The hell does that mean?
It means she's got fingers that are a little
Creepy.
sneaky and a little sticky.
creepy.
Fine.
We'll put a pin in that. I'm Dan Poslins. I'm on Twitter at Dan Poslins, and I play Lieutenant Conrad Carls Jr., who is young. He's fresh out of the military academy. He's a pilot and a gunner. He's reasonably chiseled. And this is his first deep space mission, and I think it's gone great.
And with that, my name is Lauren. I am your GM. You can find me on the internet at Random Tuesday. I am a streamer, cosplayer, crafter, general nerd, Commodore of the Lorne Legion, among other things. And tonight, I'm excited, nervous-sided, ready to bring you this next installment of Leviathan Distant Stars. So,
weird.
last time on Leviathan, our yeah, I like this. Let's get start. Previously, our the crew of the Batleth, which is currently owned by Ziana, she's making payments on it, had been sent to escort a group of scientists to this mysterious space wreckage, which they then discovered was the leftover surviving portion of a very large living ship that had on board these creatures called Hollow that would attack that were attacking them and had infected these scientists. The scientists were being slowly or rapidly, depending on how well they rolled on their saving throws, converted into more alien-like monstrous creatures without a consciousness. So they were all, in various levels of proficiency, euthanized. Sometimes it went better than other times. They
Mercy
also
murder.
Huh?
Mercy murder.
Was there really a whole lot of mercy?
Does that sound better than euthanized to you?
Yes,
Like-
I'm actually with
more
you.
authentic.
They were sent to the farm. They then encountered another individual who was part of this other thing that they had seen as they docked into the space object, the wreckage, and it appeared to be a smaller ship-like object, which was then revealed to be a different Leviathan, smaller, because it could fit mostly inside the other one. It's like bigger fish eating the smaller fish, and then the Batleth is the littlest fish.
Tiny little.
It's a smuggler's ship. Sorry, a transport specialist.
Yeah.
Agile merchant.
Agile merchant ship.
Covert.
So, covert agile merchants. So they then had conversations with this individual on the ship who called themselves Ari or Ariuta, and informed them that the ship's name was Tsarin. Tsarin was a Leviathan, and could provide them a way to not be infected by these creatures that were aboard the larger ship, which was referred to as the Rays. So several of the crew, except for Conrad, decided to agree to this bonding procedure that basically sort of gave them a telepathic link with each other, as well as Ari, who is the voice of Tsarin, and allowed them to be resistant to the death murder virus time. The happy fun murder time. I feel like something is, I gotta listen to more of these. There's like one sound on this that I don't know which thing it's coming from. Yeah, and I'm not sure it's not named like quirky sound. There's like
I think
Well, this sounds in line with what you were describing
that
last
sound
week
is
with
like-
the skittering.
yeah, you mean clitoris?
no, we don't.
And that changed back out of the
Anyways,
bottle.
cards out again.
I really enjoyed
Bird time.
the Kirk noises. Like, let's keep that one in. The
Yeah,
like
that's
the
fine.
like remix sound.
This is Starship on occupancy mode.
There could not be any more. Like,
I can put it on cruise mode.
no, but like occupancy mode. Like, what does that even mean? Vague.
Vague, yeah.
Vague.
Guys, I did discover that there's a button named Wilhelm Scream.
Can you hit it?
Oh.
That's-
I mean, it's a staple.
that tracks.
Yeah.
It needs to be there.
So, some screams like that were heard, and then Ari informed them that the only way to get their ships released, or the most efficient or successful way to get their ships released by the impaling spikes from the wreckage of the Rays, was to venture deeper into the body of this large creature and find its brain or like neural nexus and do enough damage to finish the job, because this ship was in very poor
Or
state.
stab it or swim.
We
with
did a
it.
good job.
I did give you some slightly wrong numbers in terms of like how many things would be on the ship, but there's still a solid 1,000.
Okay.
So
As long as we are away.
the answer is you were still outnumbered.
Yeah.
So They ventured into the ship. There was hallways that tried to kill them, large ravines in space that they had to cross, and eventually they made their way into the brain room, in which Kika learned that the best way to destroy a neural nexus is to get inside of it,
And then the teammates
and then
would
realize
pull
that
you
you're
out.
not good at stabbing things. But the crew got her out. The ship, the wreckage of the Rays was destroyed and freed the 2 ships. And so now we find our crews kind of back on either the Batleth or on Sarin to escape the clutches of this wreckage.
Have we successfully gotten Batleth into
Yeah.
Sarin yet?
Yes, I assume that was the original plan. Yes,
Yes.
Yeah,
because
yes.
the Batleth was
We
fairly
can't leave.
damaged by some large spikes that went through its hull.
All of my stuff is on that
Wait,
ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still making payments.
I have.
Sarin? Yeah, vaguely like that. Like it's not.
Yeah.
Sarin is big enough that the Batleth can fit inside it, but that's about it. Like the cargo bay is now full of a ship.
Man, it's so lucky we didn't
How,
need it.
how did we get the Batleth into it? Or
It is
that- or is that
pilotable,
just a-
but it needs to be repaired
Okay.
before you take it into thread space. Like there are holes in its hull that need to be fixed, so it can still be piloted. You, depending on where you are in the ship, like portions of it would be shut down because I assume the Batleth is equipped with like ways of sectioning off parts in a ship. That's why we talked about this early on, which is why open floor plan spaceships are the worst idea. They're a terrible idea if there's
That
a hull
offices.
breach. So it'll like portions of it will be sectioned off and would need to be repaired before it should be taken into thread space because that takes a pretty big toll. Like damage to the ship can literally make it be torn apart through the process.
Roofer says that the industry term is bulkheads.
Yes.
Bulkheads. Is
The
there
bulkheads.
also energy shielding? Like, like shields in Star Trek?
Yes, but you don't have any installed.
Oh.
That's the thing that exists.
Bulkheads!
There are forms of shielding that can be installed onto ships.
Batleth.
The Batleth has a small amount of armor to protect it, but it does not have the sophisticated and expensive energy shielding.
She's tiny, but she's feisty.
Yeah. So she, you managed to, a couple of you probably pilot the
Like
Batleth
Kika.
in. Oksana is displeased. You should be more careful next time. I do not like being impaled. I do not like it. Oksana, I am.
Oksana, have you ever tried not being impaled? Have you ever thought about trying that?
I have. It didn't go very well because I am not a sentient being and therefore cannot have thoughts.
Oh, not sentient. Oh, awkward.
I just don't understand why she has to be so rude sometimes. I get a little short with her.
I assume the two of you are just piloting. You dock the Batleth into Sarin, and you will have a fair amount of time to yourself to complete repairs. I point at Kika because I assume Kika will be doing most of them. And some time to yourself. Several of you are in need of medical attention. Ari will offer the facilities aboard Sarin that are fairly high technological capability in order to provide medical treatment for anyone who needs it.
Is anyone visibly wounded?
I believe I still am.
Yes!
She looks at the person who is only alive through the miracle
Oh,
of
these
many,
two.
many drugs.
Hexy looks over at who has like the most visible wounding.
Probably Carl's.
I got
other than
stabbed a
Carl's?
lot.
Oh.
This table.
Okay,
Y'all
you're
got
nice.
pretty screwed up. I'm a bit hurt, but like it's not
Okay.
the worst-ish.
Actually, she'll probably go to Zed first. Just like, can I try something with you?
Okay.
Just, I mean, like a massage, but maybe better.
Okay.
Okay.
A lot of things start with that phrase.
It's like really hard for me to not do innuendo because Zed
Yeah.
would not do it.
Let me for you.
We've entered the innuendo hour.
Hexy seems strangely like preoccupied and distracted. This obviously seems like a strange request, but she goes like, and this is a thing that these two do in the massages. You know, it's stressful being a captain, and Hexy's gotten in a routine of calming her down
very good at
when
calming me down.
random visiting lieutenants stress her out. So she goes to do the same thing, but then exerts 1 point of psionic energy to do biopsionic healing.
Psionic sucker, I think, or
Yes, sucker, I think is,
Super.
which
Super.
sounds super. I like that better. Yeah, that sounds a little less naughty. Oh, you get 7 points of health back from my massage. So,
and
like,
is that a point that you expend and then you get back after rest, or is that
it's
just one?
so now that it's been, so I have 3 points of effort. When the way this one works is it's per day.
Okay.
So that is permanently for the day, but I now have just active healing powers and I can go around and
Okay.
do that again.
Cool.
Should I like? So there's just I'm exerting.
You
that
are
for
going
the
to be a
rest of the day.
doctor for today.
For today. that is
Cool.
the thing. But so yeah, just a little.
Good
It's
massage.
it is a good massage, and Hexie's never done this before, so she's also like it has a similar effect for her as it does for you. But like, quickly, I can't. I don't know if this is the ship or the.
Well,
I've never. How do you feel?
much better, actually. Thank you.
Does anyone else need a massage?
No.
Oh.
Worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
So one thing for you to know is your what's it called again?
It's a system strain.
System strain will go up by 1, but after you sleep it off, then it goes away. So you lose 1 each night. You drop down 1 system strain after every full night's rest. And for those who don't know, system strain is equal to your constitution, and it's like how much drugs and healing you can take before your body's like, nope, too much.
Well, I'm happy to help anyone who needs healing, but there's a med bay, but yeah, I guess
I mean,
I can help.
I'll take a massage.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Okay. Hexie, I like helping.
You're good at it.
So she goes over and sort of says the same thing.
Thea's
And that is
Good
6
die.
points of healing for you. Oh God, there's a knot right there.
Oh.
It's probably your rifle throwing knot.
Yes.
There. Okay, there we go.
Weird.
I think it must be those pressure points or something.
Yeah.
Where you got shot?
Oh, stabbed. Yeah. Yeah. He got me with his claws right
And-
there.
and
I
now-
was kind of hoping it would be like a. I mean, I was hoping it would scar.
It looks great now.
Oh, that's not pressure points.
Yeah, it's definitely like not
See,
there.
like this
I
skin
can't-
just sort of knitting itself together.
Whoa,
Yeah.
dude. Thanks.
You're welcome.
I'll find something for you.
That sounds good. I'm glad I could help.
It's really cool.
Kika, look at that. Yeah, I know I poked it and it's not blood covered. It's great. Oh.
Are there any bruised apples on the ship?
You think we can afford a real apple?
Yeah, you have third vegetable. Like you don't even have first vegetable.
First vegetable is the name brand. Like it's the top tier. Like third vegetable is like the cereal that comes in the
Oh,
bag.
you mean like made
Yeah,
with
it's not
real
even the off-brand
vegetables?
cereal in the box.
Like from
it's
concentrate.
the one. It's in the bag.
From concentrate to
Basically
concentrate.
Soylent, but-
But in a can. Delightful for smoothies.
It's really good. Yeah, it's already mushy.
Hey, you should try it. I mean, look. Not even a scar, man.
No, I'll be fine, I think. I just need some rest.
He doesn't need help from people like me.
Like what?
Oh, you heard him earlier. Psionics. He's heard about our kind.
Well, I have, as a matter of fact.
Yes, we're horrible, saving lives and healing people. So horrible.
Look, all I know is that there are a lot of very dangerous things that psionics have been able to do. Basically, controlling people's minds, taking away their freedoms. I just don't want any part of that.
You don't need psionic powers to control people.
Well,
You think the military is not dangerous?
I believe the military saves people.
Well, I believe psionics save people. Like I did back there.
That's fine.
Why don't we get you to med bay? Whatever passes for med bay here.
Sure. Did she say that there was a med
Yes.
bay?
There are medical facilities.
Ari
Okay.
could. Well, I don't actually know because we could. Does it work? Because we all can talk to the ship.
We'll find out.
That's what I signed up for.
You can talk to the ship.
I mean, all ships talk to
Does
me.
The ship talks back.
Some for better or for worse.
Yeah.
I heard that.
It's bizarre.
Me, Captain.
I did install you.
It's a weird relationship.
You know what? I can just respect her. All right. I respect it. If it was too, if her module was too sweet or accommodating, it'd be weird. I like that she talks back.
Ari has probably been, essentially in kind of the helm of the ship. All of you who are bonded with it will sort of have a weirdly instinctual knowledge of exactly where to go on the ship. You're like, I would like to go here, and you just start walking there, and you get there. It's like there's a map in your brain that you're not really consciously aware of being a map. It's sort of a memory. Wherever you would like to find, you are going to be able to find. You get fairly hopelessly lost because the corridors all look very similar. There's a lot of things are not like straight and regimented the way you would expect them to be inside like a built ship, because there is a certain element of like sometimes corridors grow this direction.
I do have devices for mapping and surveying, but in my current state, I'm probably not thinking of that.
Ziana's
Lieutenant
just
Junior,
gonna-
that's not. Where are you going?
I'm going with the captain.
Ziana, I'll lead him. Don't worry about it.
Thea's gonna like go off exploring.
So I'll take the lieutenant to the medical facilities. I don't suppose there's anyone there.
There is no one there.
Yeah. Anything that we might recognize as...
You have sort of some vague, just kind of looking at things. There is sort of counterparts of things you might be like, okay, this is something you might lie on, and then here looks like it's probably a scanner. But you do not feel like you have an intimate knowledge of what is in this place.
Okay.
You can spend a little bit of time kind of looking around, and roll if you would like to.
I'm guessing like the medical stuff is all alien. Like I wouldn't recognize.
No, not to the same
Any of
extent.
it.
If you have skills in healing, you would be able to figure out like the sort of equivalent counterpart of what it is a little bit easier than someone who has no healing skills, because you'd be like, okay, there's only so many things at some point, like you can use some level of intuition to kind of make a guess.
I think that thing over there will probably help stitch up these wounds if you... I don't know that I can operate it on myself, though.
I can attempt to stitch you up. It will probably not be pretty. Or we could call Ariuta. She might be able to do something. It's up to you.
I don't know. I'm really
Sit down.
tired.
Sit down. She's gonna try and get him to one of the, I assume, medical bed type things.
Looks like a bed.
Will you go?
Yeah, no,
The drugs
I'm
are worn off.
very-
You are not resisting it anymore.
I'm just kind of all beat down at this point, and you kind of crash and burn after doing 2 cans of Space Mountain Dew in the same day. So
Found you.
you.
No, I
Space
mean,
Mountain Dew. It's
I like that it's Space Mountain.
that's
Dew.
that's what I was going for.
Wait. Oh, like
Space
D-O?
No.
No,
No.
like the
Space
ride.
Mountain.
Like the roller
Dew.
coaster.
Like when you crack
mean-
it open,
Space Mountain.
it's like a kind of a dark purple with like flecks of light in it.
Yeah.
I'm just confused.
The jokes are always funny when we explain it.
Is it Space Mountain D-O? Because it's like, do the
no.
thing.
Dew. It's still mountain. It's like Mountain Dew, but Space Mountain, the ride in Disneyland.
Okay.
Claudia's not amused. We're moving on.
Would survive give me any kind of ability to like?
Can I assist her in healing me, because
You
I
can
actually
roll.
I'm fairly skilled at-
Roll a survive and roll heal.
Survive and what?
Survive and intelligence and heal and intelligence.
Hallelujah.
8.
And it's 2d6.
Oh god.
It's like,
I've
that
been
was
playing
the wrong die.
D&D.
That's fine.
So
What
I'll
did
like
you get?
8.
Okay.
8.
So
And
I'll like
plus 1 to that, so 9.
I'll like guide her hand to, you know.
So it takes
where
you a little while, but you find something that are like, bandages sort of kind of look like bandages. You find something, it's like a spray, and you eventually get that, and something, you're able to recognize language on there, so you're kind of able to look and like you say some words, and Carl's is able to be like, oh, that word means this sort of like antiseptic, or, so I'm sure. I feel like Ziana knows what an antiseptic is. That you're able to kind of piece together through your ability to read the writing and Conrad's medical skills and your survival skills, a fairly rudimentary patch job. So go ahead and roll 1d6.
You're definitely
6.
going to have a scar after this.
Over the course of the next day, you will heal those 6 points.
Cool.
So
That
you're
should
gonna-
get me. When our hit points went up, when our max hit points went up, did our current hit points go up by that amount, or?
No, you would still be at the same number. So
Okay, so I'm closer to where my new max is, but not quite there.
So after they've kind of gotten underway with this process, Tiana would ask, so how are you doing?
You don't have to pretend to care. I appreciate everything
It's not
you
that I don't
did.
care. I have a very hard time.
I know you didn't ask to have a guardian on your ship.
No,
I
no,
know-
I didn't.
I know I'm basically a spy for Ica, and it's all there and everything but the actual forms that you're forced to sign. But for what it's worth, I don't think there isn't anything that's going to be in my report that would be detrimental to you or your crew. Not that I think my report will matter much anyway. In fact, and he just like passes out.
She'll just finish up. Maybe put a blanket over him. Let him sleep.
Do they have blankets?
I hope it's just like a skin wrap that comes out of the wall and just lies over it.
It's like
it's like
like made
a
of
heated
eels.
heated table.
Oh,
Probably
that's
like it's
much
like
nicer.
a warm sort of soft cocoon. So you have time. The ship still needs to be repaired.
Oh.
Yes.
Can I do that?
Yes.
Okay.
What are you doing?
What just happened?
I am going to take my non-success, my success.
For the downtime. So I will take
Sneaky.
downtime is essentially the scene. So
Yeah. So I'll
when-
take my 12 and like being like, make Xana put on like my favorite tunes. Just like pretty much lock the doors as best I can and just work on fixing those holes, like taking big sheets of metal, and I assume they have like floaty devices that will help me put them in place and then like bolt it down and
if you do it
Putting
on
it-
your own, it will probably take you a couple of days because you are small, and there is a
we
fair
don't
number of
have
large holes.
Oksana
to repair.
doesn't have an arm to hold things.
No.
I mean, there's gonna be time,
So
right?
I have
Like,
told you
we're-
this before, Kika. I do not have an assistant's arm.
It's just like a knocking.
No, I heard the beep.
Yeah, but there was no response, so Hexie just came down. She thinks maybe you have your music on really loud, because
It-
that happens sometimes.
Oh,
It's
wait.
insanely loud.
That's
It
incoming hail.
is like as soon as the door opens to your knock, it is a wave of just. It sounds like 3 different songs that have been layered on top of each other, and all have very heavy metal accoutrements of drum and guitar, and just so much is happening. There's a little bit of a scream line on the top of it.
And this is
Kika.
why you're on your own in the engine room.
Yeah. yeah.
Why Thea's not there.
I heard some thumping and I thought maybe I could. Do you need any help with the
Yeah.
heavy lifting?
Yeah. Oksana, can you quiet down just a little bit? Just make like 36%.
Oksana does what always happens, which is that it gets slightly louder for a moment and then it gets quieter.
Thanks.
Okay, so
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. I like that riff too.
she's not sorry. So I'll exert another point of effort so that I can do the telekinesis thing. Like 200 kilograms is
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
clipped, which is so good.
Yeah.
What
Pretty
do you
much
need
I'm
done?
just putting like new, like we're just putting in new panels, and then I'm soldering it in, and then we're putting some putty over it. We'll sand that down. We'll get a glorious inside. You're not gonna be able to tell what happened here.
Yeah, you can always tell. The outside of the ship is like there's
Better
probably
if
more
we can
panels
tell,
than
though?
original hull.
Well, because, there's sometimes things are more attractive once they've been through some life. The scenes show emotions, like the emotions of the ship.
Oh. This is one of those song things.
Well, no, but it should be.
It should be. Yeah. It might. Yeah. I mean, for me, it's all about making it smooth. Because if it's smooth to me, then it's smooth to the wind of space.
That's fair.
Yes. Air resistance and all that.
Things can be smooth and look different at the same time.
Yes. I mean, to you, yes. That's how it works.
How are you doing? Did you get patched up okay?
Oh, I didn't get. Yeah, I was good. I had air tables. I'm very good at it.
You got a little bit of ship slime right behind.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Boy, that stuff is determined.
Yeah. Maybe I should shower. I mean, my suit's trash. Let's be real.
It's fine.
It's the acid is eaten through the speakers and the receivers on the ears. So we'll get a new one.
Yeah, get a new one.
But I got a big favor. Do you know how to hit targets?
Yes.
Okay, I need to learn how to hit targets.
Oh,
Yeah.
what kind of hitting are you looking to do? Is it like close range, long range? Are you doing projectile weapons or thrown weapons?
Kika motions, and in the corner there's the bow that is just leaning against, and there's a target on the other side of the room. It does not look like it's been hit yet. It's just
Now, I have to admit, I haven't worked with crossbows before. Well, not terribly much. There was this one time on tour, but Spodville is, you gotta do what the audience wants, right? And sometimes it's crossbows. I wouldn't say it was,
Did you hit anyone?
only people who were supposed to be hit.
That's good.
Yes.
Yeah. Or then you would be perfect.
I didn't always hit the correct limb, but you know what? It's fine. They have...
Hitting any limbs for me, and I have this weird and because of the way the bow is built and the arm, it has to bend a little bit different, but
what's most important is figuring out how you're going to aim.
Yeah.
And that's interesting because you're using a different sense than I am.
Because what do you use when you
My eyes.
do you shoot with your? I thought you shot with your brain.
Well, that's true, and I suppose there is some willpower in it, but it is a lot about the sense you're using to figure out where your target is. But one of my trainers initially just reminded me to breathe, which sounds really trite, but when you get nervous about things, you do tend to just hold your breath. But that means you let go at the worst possible moment.
I think I get it. Hold the target.
Okay, so I can activate all up to 3 of my... Okay, so I will go ahead and for my last point of effort to activate telekinetic armory. And up my armor class. She doesn't see...
No, I don't know that.
No, she doesn't know that.
I just thought you were gonna hold the target telekinetically.
No.
No.
I'm gonna hold it because she asked me to hold it, but I have activated my invisible armor. because I'm squishy.
Okay.
And then
So I feel like I should try to do it without hanging upside down first.
This is gonna go real well.
Right?
that's it. How are you most comfortable? Are you more
crossbow.
comfortable hanging upside down or standing?
It's not a crossbow. It's a longbow.
Okay.
It's a longbow.
Cool. I was like,
In my inventory, it is a primitive bow.
That could be a crossbow.
but yeah.
It's a bow.
It's a bow.
It is whatever you
It's a
want
bat
it
bow.
to be.
It's a bat bow.
I just like Kika just like screams. Ah!
Yeah, she catches just the edge of the target. I
It
think,
is
which
just the edge.
It's technically 1d20 because it's an attack roll.
Oh.
What'd she get?
20.
Oh,
Dead
Bullseye.
center.
Wow.
Okay. So, whatever that is that you just did with your sonic abilities, you need to do that every time. You need to sing your arrows to their position. And I like the way you work. Singing your arrows to home makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
Sing on, Kika. Try it again.
Okay. Okay. I only have 2 arrows, so this is gonna be great. They were ceremonial on purpose. Not as good, but that's okay. Wrong note. It's off.
You know what? It takes practice, and now we know you can. Anytime you don't feel confident, just remember that first time you shot that arrow and sang it home.
I feel like now I can be useful,
You're already incredibly useful, but
but
now
not in the fighting part.
we can sing songs while we fight.
Oh yeah.
So they sing some fighting songs.
We do.
Before getting back to moving heavy equipment around the thing.
Yeah, I probably waste the entire day trying to do trick shots when no one's looking. Putting them like in between the pipes.
And Hexy will it was because she's already got the telekinetic arm reactivated. She'll show off a little bit for you too. It's like, here, hold the target. And she shows off one move where she does tosses the gun up, does a cartwheel, and grabs the gun and fires after going the cartwheel. Completely impractical. It doesn't make any combat use at all, but looks great for show.
It does.
And we'll see. I guess I should roll for that since that's what we're doing.
Oh!
Oh no!
I'm just gonna let you do it, but that's fine.
What did you roll?
There's a spot.
Does it hit
broke the
me?
ship.
No, it doesn't. I don't think it hits you. I think
Ship's more
there's
broke.
a spot in there's a spot that we had not quite soldered yet, and the bullet, the mine bullet gets wedged right there. In
Oksana,
Mm-hmm.
please delete records of the last 5 seconds from engine room cameras B and E.
You can't hide this from me forever.
Sure, certainly. I have deleted all of the records. Did you want me to also delete the video clips I put together and have sent to the captain?
Yes.
Beep beep.
I made a compilation video. I thought she would want to see.
In a montage to Yakety Sax.
I found some very good old Earth music for this.
It probably just shows all of like the throwing of targets.
It's just Kika. It's not Hexy. It's
Beep
just
beep.
like,
Kika! Kika, what are you doing?
We're just singing some songs.
Hexy?
We're singing songs.
Learning is a look. I know this shit better than anyone. If you gotta warm it up before you can do the big work on it.
That did not look like warming it up, Kika. Just try not to do any more damage than has already been done, okay?
No, you want that hole. It's good for air, bro.
Oh my god. Hexy, please keep an eye on her. Beep beep.
So it takes half as much time with Hexy helping, so you're able to get the repairs done in about 24, 25, some 25 or so hours. Probably slightly less, more like 20 hours of work, so I assume you probably spread that out over a little bit of time. So the two of you spend most of your time working on that. Conrad will slowly be recovering in the med bay. Thea, you said you were going to go and explore the ship.
Yeah. I'd like to start with any areas? Are there any areas that look like they are sealed off in any way?
Not wasting any time, are we?
Not at all.
No.
Not at all.
Why should you?
I'm healed without scars.
Yeah,
Nothing to worry
there
about.
are portions of it that like don't automatically open when you go up to the door.
I will go to those doors first. And are there any is there like an interface that I could interact with?
Yeah.
Are there any warning signs around the door? I'd like to do notice and just see if there's anything to worry about.
Yeah, go ahead. So roll notice and wisdom.
Oh.
That's good, right?
Yeah,
It's
it's going great.
With
I had to like pull down and look at my little codex here.
Okay, what?
But it's a 10.
Dice are ridiculous. So you you look at the door and it doesn't automatically open for you. You kind of look at the interface and there's no sort of warnings that appear to pop up.
Okay. I'd like to try and use the interface to access the room.
Mm-hmm.
But
Go
first
ahead.
I'm going to look to both sides. Make sure there's nothing there.
You see Kika?
Hi.
No, engine room or in the cargo bay and sick bay. You are go ahead and roll me a let's do program and intelligence.
Woo. 8.
So you manage to get open, and you do this kind of several times throughout the ship. You get a number of doors open, and a lot of the ones you then kind of look inside, and like several of them just appear to be like bedrooms in a sense, or like what do they call this? Bunks, right? The area in which a crew member would be assigned. So you get the impression like they're just closed automatically because they open specifically for the person that is like supposed to go in that room. So you see a number of those, so you can kind of estimate like the size of the ship at full capacity. I had written it down and then I lost that number. There it is. That kind of where you're looking, you guesstimate, like, at least at this point, you've seen at least, like, 30 different sort of quarters. Quarters, that's the word that I'm looking for.
Are they empty, basically, as if no one was there? Oh, okay. Rats.
Yeah, you don't encounter any other people. And so you kind of continue exploring. You go to an area that looks like it might be some sort of, like, canteen or kind of mess hall. And, like, you get into what would appear to be, like, you think maybe connected as like the kitchen, but as far as you can tell, there is like no real food or supplies that you would recognize.
Where's third vegetable? What's the point of this? She's gonna like pick up some of the food and see if she can or pick up one of the containers, see if she can like open it and try some.
You like pull it open
Yeah.
and the one you're having, it probably tastes like pretty bland.
It kills you.
And now you're dead. And roll a constitution. No. Yeah, it doesn't have any particular sort of like, they're in like sort of containers or glass containers. Like it doesn't appear to. It looks almost like this is like this one is probably like a powder that's meant to just sort of sit on the shelf forever. I mean, you also have to remember like this ship was last awake 20 years ago. 20 Earth years ago.
Nice. At some point she'll just stop and remember that scientist pad that she took that had all the readouts? She's gonna try and read that.
Okay. You go ahead for that one. It'll take you a little bit of time, but give me a let's do no and intelligence.
Okay.
I didn't realize no was a skill, so I thought you were just being saucy.
Let's do no and intelligence.
Let's just do.
Sorry, did you have something you wanted to
Ask me?
you got a little something like right there. Yeah.
Guys, let's be civil.
Wait, what? I think we are.
This is as good as this gets.
Yeah.
This is I only got a 3.
You like are just kind of overwhelmed and confused. Like even though the language seems familiar to you, like you're able to understand it. Like what it's saying doesn't really have any concept or meaning to you.
She's gonna like tuck it back into its hiding spot, which is there's this like near the place that she has decided is her bunk. There's this little like
In the
area.
batleth, or just did you take one of the rooms?
No,
that you
in the
found?
batleth.
Okay.
Although she's probably about to take one of the rooms in there just because, yeah. But so she like goes back in there and there's like this gap in between where there was once a vent cover, and she like right in there up at the top there's a screw container that's has like magnetic attachments. So she like knows where to tap it and it falls out and she puts the pad back in it and pops it back up, and then she like crawls out from under her bunk area and like heads out to go and claim one of the rooms. And she
you say
goes back to
claim.
the biggest one that she found.
Cool. You're able to find one that's like maybe slightly larger than the others.
Perfect.
And just decide that it's yours. You essentially like from the inside basically reprogram it, and you're like you like lay claim to it. And you sort of don't even have to think about it. Like this is like, yes, this room is now authorized for you. And next time you go to that door, like you put your hand next to kind of the pad to the side, and it'll open.
She's very pleased with herself.
Did you just take a room?
Oh. Well, I figured that I was a crew person, so don't I need a room?
Yes, I just didn't think you all wanted to stay very long.
Oh, I mean, I don't know if we are, but, you know, everybody needs a room. So
I'm glad you found them. Okay.
you're welcome.
Does anyone have anything else in particular they want to do kind of in the immediate short term?
Conrad's just gonna rest and heal.
I want to hang out with Thea.
Hey. Dude, guess what I found?
What?
Rooms. I got one for me. Do you want one?
I mean, like there are rooms everywhere. What?
Like a bigger room. Like you could have a place where you can play, like where you can sleep.
Is it warm?
I mean, I can make it. I'm
How
sure we can make it
small
warm.
is the space?
I mean, it's pretty big. Do you want a smaller space?
Yeah.
Do you want a closet?
Yes.
Okay.
There's like storage.
I think I've got a really
Okay.
good one.
Okay.
Little
It's next
cubby
to the
under
kitchen, so it'll be
stairs,
pretty
Harry?
warm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So fucking house elf.
Don't taste the powders though.
Are you sure?
I mean,
Well,
you
can we-
can do
let's go do
whatever
that.
you want.
Let's go.
Okay.
So we do shenanigans.
Try this one.
Roll
So
for
eventually
shenanigans.
the
I'll just start like licking my fingers and like put them in the different.
Oh.
Great.
Hexie walks by the kitchen at
Be a
some point
fun
and then
trip.
just does the Homer Simpson walk back out again. Like they're just covered in powder and
Well,
it's just
what I
like,
enjoy.
it's doing like-
There's probably one that you can
Fades back into the hedge.
She
Yeah.
She really likes this one. It's better than third vegetable. Hexie, you should try some. Look, this one's
It's
kind of
so
like
dry,
okay.
like your mouth, like it's like peanut butter. Your tongue gets kind of
Well, like-
stuck to the roof of your mouth.
My nose is so like it's got like a kind of like nose, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like I don't think is my tongue long enough to get to my nose.
sour.
If it's your
Right?
bag, yeah.
Here, this one's blander.
This one's mine. You can't have it.
That's all hers.
I put my face in it.
I will instead of putting my hand in it because I realize that that's not sanitary. I use my telekinesis powers to pull up a little.
This is after Kika's been putting her face.
Yeah.
Right.
I think
This is half for
sanitary
fun.
has left
Like
the
this
building.
is
Yeah.
like she makes a little bubble of the powder, and then Kika starts to play.
Yeah,
play with
I did
it.
a pop it once.
Pop it.
Oh, it's like snow. Here.
And bring up another bubble of powder.
This is happening on Sarin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You guys are great house guests.
Sarin's mess hall.
Ziana will be getting food on the bat lab.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
You're making a mess.
After you pass.
We definitely do make a mess.
This is what all of life is about.
Eating this.
Well, I mean,
Making a mess with it and then eating it.
yeah.
Okay.
You can't see it, but the mess is glorious.
It's one of those like there's handprints where places where you didn't.
It
think they could
actually
be.
Chaos monkeys.
probably also is like awkward for you, Kika, because there's now just like powder in the air, and so like everything.
Oh
is
yeah,
thrown
the
off a
sound is
little
super
bit.
weird. It's like being high. It's fine.
Great. So eventually, Ari will notice the messes and just sort of like this is not the highest priority.
Ari, beep beep, beep beep, beep
You
beep,
don't need to do the beeping.
Come on,
Is
which
that-
one's your
is that
favorite?
a thing?
Oh,
Is
are
there
you
like
allowed to make
eating
these
the
better?
things in the kitchen?
This one's the best. I'm
Oh.
taking it. This is
It's
my
Kika's.
favorite.
You know how? Never mind.
You want it?
No.
Do you want one?
Kika, you already said it's yours.
I know, but she looked sad for a second.
Okay.
But they?
She is fine.
Okay, okay.
You know how old all of?
How old are you? We don't ask those questions.
I-
Don't ask them.
I've been in cryo sleep for at least 2 trident years.
And so has this.
yes.
You would be surprised how well it has lasted. I mean, most of the taste is gone, but there's still a little bit of a kicker in there if you're not ready for it.
Saving throw. Saving throw.
I think this one was vegetable based.
Do you have iron gut?
Ari, you gotta try this. This is
I
great.
should have taken Die Hard.
It's not my favorite.
Ari.
And she like takes one of the like something from cold storage and is like eats a space popsicle.
Oh.
Dip it in this.
Gets
Oh my
space
god,
popsicle.
space pudding.
Popsicle?
Space pudding. And she will like offer at some point. I'm sure any of you have questions, and we can talk if you ever need to know anything. That's fine. I don't know how long it will. Is your ship? Is she okay?
Yeah.
Do you have access to maps of the galaxy? Of the arm and beyond?
I have some maps, but I don't think it will be what you're looking for.
What are you gonna do now?
Well, I wanted to talk to all of you about that at some point, but I figured I should wait until you were all not passed out in the med bay.
Oh, is he still?
Although he doesn't know what I'm saying, so one of you will have to translate.
At this moment, Ziana walks in. She stops in the doorway.
Hi.
Ziana, which one's your flavor, not this one?
This
She
popsicle's
surveys
fine.
the mess. She sort of sighs. Hello, Arita.
Hello. They're fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
They'll clean. You clean up, yes?
Yeah, can I use
Yeah.
my telekinetic? Can I make the powder?
Do you have that fine of
It's probably
control?
like you can, but it'd be pretty fine control to use telekinesis to sweep up essentially flour that you just poured out across a room. So it would
They have
probably be
space
easier
brooms?
for you to use like a broom.
Do you have
Can I
some
use
space
the broom
vacuums?
with my mind?
Yeah.
Great, I'll do that. So that's just happening in the
It, like,
background.
pulls out
Thanks,
some
Hexy.
equipment and essentially vacuum and like you begin cleaning up the mess and just like, oh, this one's very nice. Oh, good. No, not anymore. Just like puts it in what looks to be a
You've been
garbage
eating
chute.
this? How do you,
You know-
feel?
It's surprising how
Saving throw.
They're just nutrition supplements. This ship was not. Sarin was not outfitted for an exposition prior to our departure.
I've eaten worse in green rooms before.
I've eaten worse in general before.
As long as you're still alive.
This one's my favorite.
It shouldn't kill them unless you are incompatible with these types of proteins.
I guess they're not. Good to know.
I've eaten protein before.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, we're good.
Yep.
Are they always like this?
Yes.
Okay.
We're worse when we're together. We used to be good, and then we met each other.
Oh man, it was so awesome.
It was
You
great.
should have been there.
Kika, how are the repairs coming?
Good. I think they're done. I haven't turned it on though because exhaust in the cargo bay leads to
You
deadness.
can open the bay door if you need to vent something.
We'll do that eventually.
Hey, have you painted yet?
Nah.
Okay, good.
Do you have paint?
Graduated.
No,
Oh.
Oh.
we don't put makeup on our ships.
What? Why not? How will people know it's yours then?
They're not
The ship
mine.
will tell them.
Sarin is not mine.
Does Sarin want makeup on the ship? Just for themselves.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tough crowd.
Yeah.
So, the ship,
Should we get...
Sarin, is alive.
Yes.
Yes, we have established this.
Yes.
Do your people construct, breed? How does this come about?
Sort of sighs pretty deeply. There's a long story. Would you like all of it?
Yes.
We would like only as much as you feel comfortable sharing.
Let's make dinner.
Ooh.
We are not making dinner with whatever it
No,
is
no,
that
no,
you
no,
are
no,
offered.
Real food.
Fat love
Yeah.
food.
Yeah.
And then we'll get boy.
Yeah.
Um,
Salmon boards.
I don't like that name.
Lieutenant
the
Carls
helm.
Jr.
If you come to the helm, I can show you things as well. Like pictures, not like weird, just images that might help make things make more sense.
All right.
Do you want to get salmon boys?
Yeah.
Straight up, I said it. I don't like that nickname.
He's in the med bay.
Oh yeah. You want to come?
I will get make food.
Oh right. Okay.
Yeah.
Thea,
I'm gonna take this. What?
he's been through a lot,
So have I.
but you are maybe more equipped than he is right now.
Oh, right. Simulators. All right. Fine. I'll be gentle.
He's a soldier who's just been on his first mission.
Oh, poor
That's not
baby.
easy. Just a little.
You're better than he deserves.
I know what it's like to have been through some impossible thing that you thought you were prepared for, only to discover you were in no way prepared for it.
You mean the thing we just all did just now?
And
Hey, I'll take care of him.
No!
She heads out the door.
Do you
I just-
want me to follow? I don't know if I can make it better, but if you don't trust...
he's been an ass to you. You
Yes.
don't have to follow.
Okay.
Let me know. I'll be on the bridge.
Can you eat everything that we can eat?
Presumably, given that you consumed all of this.
Yeah, but do you have like allergies to like high fructose corn syrup
I don't.
or yellow number 5?
Typically, what are allergies?
Like things that. Wait, you have allergies, or are you asking
No,
what they
what
are?
are they?
When you eat it, your body destroys it yourself from the inside out.
That's a
Super
very
poison.
stupid thing for your body to do.
Yeah, but only you. It's like you're special.
No, I agree.
You're poisoned.
Something that some of these species go through.
Strange. No.
We'll do a test sometime.
Okay.
Yeah.
She
Great.
walks away.
These are very peculiar conversations.
So we're crew members on this living ship, but we don't have duties.
It seems to be, and we are in flight, right? Like we are moving.
You have not,
Children.
unless you, like she is. So she has started piloting Sarin, but you are not in threat space. Like you have not.
No,
moved
no,
anywhere
no, that's not
rapidly.
what I mean.
Yes, you
But
are.
we are in
You have
motion.
been moving away from the
Yeah,
wreckage.
yeah. So we.
Did you give her like a helm to go, like a direction to go to? Because if not, she's gonna go based off of what she knows about the galaxy.
Well, we do want to be in the general direction of headed towards Ica space. But
Okay,
we know we're
so
not going to get there at
based-
our current speed.
Based on what you know, you probably would have directed her back to Genis Landing, which was the space station that you left from to get to the wreckage. And you know that would be like the closest place to go into threat space to eventually make your way back to Ica.
Is that the one where we got in a fight in?
Yes.
Okay.
Episode 0.
So yeah,
Oh.
we would have asked to go there. It's piloting itself. I don't know. I'm very.
Are you worried about what she said about never being away for the ship for too long? I mean, how can the Botleth live out its mission if we can't be away from a different spaceship?
I don't know, and I don't know if maybe it's affected me because of this. And she points to her purple, glowy vein arm. If it's affected me more than it's affected the rest of you, I don't know. But I know that at the very least, as much as I have certain feelings about Ica, people deserve to know what's out there. If this thing starts heading towards, if it picked up any kind of information, I don't know, they deserve to know. They have to know. And if that just means that we go there and tell them and then we're stuck on this forever, I'll deal with it when we get there.
You won't be dealing with it alone.
Thank you, Exie.
That arm looks pretty good on you.
It feels pretty strong, actually.
You were already strong. You better be careful not to pull those controls right out of the bridge.
Could always be stronger.
Thea, you reach medbay.
I think Conrad is like he's awake.
Is he set up
by
like
now.
salmon
He's-
bars in the medbay?
No, he's
Is he doing
still
sit-ups?
he's still kind of weak, but he's like reading in bed and just like studying up.
Reading.
It's-
So fancy.
I didn't feel that fancy when I said it.
Yeah,
But-
but like I'm an intellectual, and also I can lift things.
He is an intellectual.
And you
He's-
can lift things.
He
Let him
graduated from
continue.
Harvard.
That'll be good.
But he'll look up when he sees Thea, assuming Thea decides to make herself seen.
Yeah, she just sort of walks in.
Oh. Hi.
What you reading?
Just everything I can about what those scientists were trying to study and this part of space, what's known about it. Not an awful lot.
What'd you find?
Not an awful lot.
That's a shame. I was trying to find some stuff too, but, not much out there.
Are we on course for Ica space?
I don't know, I mostly leave that to the captain, but we were all thinking of getting together and, learning a little bit more about the ship if you want to come.
Sure. So he'll
You need a hand?
get out of bed, and he's fine, like more or less. He's just he's not in tip-top condition, but he's mobile and he's able to carry himself under his own weight, and probably shouldn't get into a firefight in the next 3 hours. but he's doing okay,
Okay.
and he'll follow you.
Thea will walk really, next to him and then try and kind of walk behind him a little bit, but then realize that he's trying to follow her.
Yeah, and
Assume.
This is gonna be a real fun journey.
he'll just stop and wait for you. Like he's pretty patient about it. He doesn't have anywhere to be at the moment, so.
Oh. Wow. You're a lot different when you're not drinking the dew.
When you're not doing, is what they call it.
When you're not doing.
I mean, sometimes in a crisis, you just have to get
Oh.
vertical.
See, there it is.
But do you? Because I didn't get vertical.
Well, I mean, that's how we learned back at the academy anyway.
Oh. Man, that must have been really trippy in the simulators.
Sure.
I think we take a left here. Yeah, that feels right. Man, it's really useful, this thing. It's, Thea's tattoo all landed here, and it's in just like a perfect circle that spirals out.
Does it hurt?
No. It just, I don't know. It's kind of trippy.
But the ship is in your head, right? That's what the captain said.
Yeah. I mean, we can kind of, we can talk. Like, when you got stabbed because you were going vertical, I just...
He was a little more horizontal at that point.
I just called, her with my mind and was like, hey, this is what's happened.
You're okay with that? With having your identity subsumed by this? By this creature that we're all inside?
Still my identity.
How can you be sure?
I can still do what I want.
Maybe that's just what you think.
Maybe. I don't think I could live in a world where I couldn't do what I wanted.
I need to know that I'm the one doing the things that I do. I need to know that I'm the one making a difference. I can't just let it be done for me.
Yeah, I can't argue there. I'm gonna take credit for it anyway, so I might as well be the one deciding to do it.
I suppose if that works for you. I don't think it would work for me, though.
So you eventually reach the bridge and make your way inside. I assume the other three of you have probably made your way there eventually. And Ari is sort of standing behind. There's several kind of consoles, and you see you recognize this. You're like, this is the bridge. This is the where that stuff happens on a starship. And there are no windows because windows are a structural liability, especially when it's your physical body that is the structure.
That's fair. That's I wouldn't think I would just grow a window to my organ.
Yeah.
So.
Like,
So there's no window, but there's sort of several monitors.
But our eyes are
Yeah, your eyes are like one.
Yeah, and they are
Your
structural
soul.
liability.
Your eyes aren't windows.
Go for the eyes.
There's a very clear sheen over my eye holes
to
where my...
protect the part behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
so-
I mean, these are a structural weakness.
Yeah, it's fair. I've seen that in zombie movies.
Wait, zombie movies specifically?
Yeah, because they're like, I'm gonna stab you in the brain, which
You
is
go
through
into
the
space,
eye
these
hole.
are the first things to pop.
Okay.
So
That's true.
there's like a
nobody
number
heard of it.
of like view screen projections and sort of images and displays that you can see. Oddly enough, even you are able to sort of understand them because like a portion of the information seems to be coming fairly directly like interfacing with you. So there is like it's almost like an augmented reality. So there's like a basic visual that like Conrad is able to see, but everyone else sort of feels like the sense of information being layered on top. So you had questions. Maybe I can just start with a brief history lesson.
What's she saying?
She's gonna tell us a little bit about the background.
How about I talk and then someone summarizes for him, because it's going to get very old very quickly. Because
She's
What did
gonna
she s-
summarize it
oh.
for you in a second.
Okay.
Okay.
so, my people, the Promisans, where from? And then she kind of like pulls up this map of the galaxy, which we're like able to get like a visual map of the whole galaxy and kind of notes an area that looks like it's pretty far along the edge of the arm that you're currently in. And it would be considered well out of Ica space, and is a territory that you, even seeing this, would recognize, Conrad, as like, this is something that is fairly unexplored. You're relatively familiar with how explored space is, and so I think this one we are on, I think we're on the Centaurus arm, but I might need to double check where I put Genis. So pretty far out, kind of towards the end of it. Our planet, Parmisa, was in the remains of a diffuse nebula. There's because of that, I suppose the Leviathan were able to make their home. They began early in our history as creatures on our planet with what we assume to be an unexplained genetic anomaly that caused them to not stop growing. To survive, they ended up in space. The result of that was that they... How should we say? It was maybe a slightly parasitic relationship, but they would... You have animals, yes, that when they see, like they're born, they see a mother and they go, "You are my mother." The Leviathan would do the opposite. They would make one of us see ourselves as its mother and take care of it because its own mother was in space. That relationship has changed. That was several thousand years ago. But that was kind of the beginnings of this very strange and unique relationship between, well, what we assume to be, given the fact that none of you have ships that are alive, is odd. They became companions, and over time, as we became more technologically capable and advanced, we began breeding and genetically engineering them to be what they are now, ships capable of housing people. There are still stories told about the first individuals who went into space on a Leviathan, but you have to imagine our space technology was not about building machines. It was about creating Leviathan that could go into space. We evolved and changed. Each Leviathan has a voice. That's what I am. It is a single person who is their connection. We also found out that the only way to get into thread space, to travel that quickly, make those decisions that fast, the Leviathan wasn't able to do it on its own. It needed two of us. And then the larger they got, they needed a crew. They needed people to maintain them, to take care of them. We stopped them from being self-sufficient by domesticating them. And that was when things were good. And things were not so good after that. We, the Promethean, became greedy, might be the best way to call it. We began encountering other civilizations and aliens beyond our system, and we began to colonize. But a Leviathan was not a warship. A Leviathan barely had weapons to defend itself, and so we needed something stronger. Leviathans live for several tritium years, almost 20. No, that would be too many. No, that would be about 200 years. No, times 10. Yes, that'd be 200 years.
Yes.
20 to 30. They live a long time. A voice lives as long as that, but the crew, like I said, you can leave. It's not forever, but you can never join another ship. So Prometheans wouldn't leave. Mm-hmm. You're bonded to one as a crew. A voice cannot leave. They are... I live longer, but I would die if I left for too long. For you, it will be like what, and she's gesturing to Conrad, what he went through with the drugs in his system. It's withdrawal. It has killed some Promethean, but mostly those who were with their ship for so long that living without it was too painful or too difficult.
She's making an example of your Spountain Dew.
So you can leave if you choose to. I don't know for you how long it will take for the withdrawal symptoms to start.
You said that this thing, that the Leviathan, needs a crew to fly.
For a long time, yes, it will.
How old is this one?
Maybe, well, now that it's been in cryosleep for 2 years, 5?
Oh, wow, it's a baby.
It's very young.
So,
We were...
when we all get on the Batleth and leave, you have no crew left.
We will make do.
You will die.
Perhaps sooner than we would have, yes. Sarin is smaller than most Leviathan. I haven't finished explaining why Sarin came about.
Please.
Sorry.
The Rays, the ship you were on. We, the Promethean, we wanted a fleet. We wanted Leviathan that did not need a voice, that did not have a crew that was for with them and only them. We wanted ships, I suppose, more like yours, not companions, slaves. So we took Leviathan young that had never bonded and changed them. We engineered them. We made them into biomechanical creatures that were no longer Leviathan. And we had our fleet, and we waged great expansion across this several systems. And then they rebelled because we did not take away their souls. And they learned to turn the technology that we had used to convert them against us, and they hollowed out their crews. Every single hollow on that ship used to be a Promethean. And they fought back, and we had made warships, so they destroyed our Leviathans and our civilizations, our colonies, and they came for Promisa. We needed something, and Sarin was perhaps the less misguided experiment. They sought a volunteer, which was Sarin and I, a bonded pair, and using similar technology but not the same, they created the immunity. The hope was to build enough ships that they might be able to stand against the Rays. But the lab was attacked. Sarin isn't old enough to be a warship, let alone part of any fleet. You saw some small number of quarters. There would never have been a full-size crew on this ship yet. They accelerated her growth, or their growth, but Sarin is a child. And I'm not much past that.
These rays, can they breed?
No. That's why they came after Sarin. They're hoping, I think, to get information from us to create more of themselves. They were able to convert some of our Leviathan and convert their crews. Those that they were unsuccessful in doing died. So, but there are no Leviathan left, I assume. I also assume there are no Prometheans left. And the Rays want more. Whatever they've been doing since we went into hibernation is not going to be good for the rest of the galaxy. Your Ica may have fleets and warships, but the Rays don't think the same way.
Yeah. That's me.
Yeah. You can...
So, yeah.
Go to seduce. Okay. Is
Buckle
there anything else you want to know?
How many rays do you estimate there were before you went into sleep? Sorry, boss.
That was what I was going to ask.
Maybe 100?
100 ships?
100 ships like the one that we just escaped.
That one is not as big as they can get. There would be a few larger and some smaller.
Thea
They are
translates.
a fleet.
But we only have one. You only have one Soren ship, right?
There is only one Sarin.
How do they normally breed? Is it like you
They-
make a small ship inside you and then it pops out?
They have a pod like an egg but less hard. They are able to spend small amounts of time on planets before the gravity will essentially crush them under their own weight. They will place a pod there that then gets a mother from a permeasin, and then the mothers stay in space. This was part of why they wanted to make the rays, because they literally just wait for their young to gestate and hatch, which can take almost a full tritium year sometimes, which is a long time to be on a crew on a ship that will not leave the planet's orbit.
So the raids can go down and take over the planet.
If there were any young left, then the rays would have taken them as well when they came for Promisa. And our lab was hidden on a moon of a gas giant to protect it, to keep it safe. The rays came for it before they went to Promisa.
There's nothing left.
I don't know. That's what I'm hoping to do, is to get back to the lab and see if there's any information, anything that can be used to... this is not... I can save you. I can save a small number of people, but Sarin cannot house a crew of more than 50, maybe? That's not enough to save a galaxy. I'm hoping if I can get to the lab, I can get enough information that we can stop the mistake we made from going any farther.
Thea translates.
The voice on the ship said that they were going to come for Ica, and Ica Space. We need to get back there to warn everyone.
We are on our way. And we did bring one of those hollow things aboard the body.
Yes, surely once they see that, we'll be able to persuade them to take up the necessary arms in order to properly defend the rest of the galaxy against these creatures.
How?
What do you mean, how?
How do you...
The fleet is strong. Ica is well defended. Any challenge to its power will be met with swift justice.
Not if they're turned.
And
Well-
not if Ica can't reach out to the other planets.
Ari, do you feel like killing the rays is the best thing for the galaxy? Is it the right way to deal with the problem?
It's certainly one way to deal with it. I don't know if they can be negotiated with. We were not successful, but we were also their slavers. In the nicest of sense. We subjugated them and forced them to be nothing more than ships.
She said something about you translated for my benefit. She said something about there being a lab she needs to get to. Once we get back to the station and Ica is made aware of the situation, I'm sure we can get a proper entourage together so that we'll be able to get her to that lab, and anything that she needs in order to help fight this off will be taken care of.
Again, you're thinking of Ica, but the galaxy is so expansive. Ica can't protect every small end, and anytime another Leviathan finds another planet...
Neither can we, Kika.
Yes.
No single person... At least Ica is some kind of conglomeration. Maybe they can reach out to more people
If they believe us.
if they believe us.
Captain,
They'll believe us.
I'm not saying it's a solution. I'm saying that it's the first. It's the only thing I can think of for a first step.
But what if we've... I'm just afraid for the ship.
hey.
Like, no, not Bathleth. Oksana's gonna be cool, but like... Soren is technically the only good guy in a fleet of bad guys, right? They might take Soren and not let them go.
They would certainly do that.
Yeah.
But if they get a hold of Saren and I, there is bigger problems than taking us. They will consume us.
Oh, I was meaning Ica,
You
but
mean
yes.
Ica?
Oh,
Yeah.
She's like,
I was talking about Ica, but yeah.
Saren is not going to be able to go that far for a while. We need more resources and time. I've been in hibernation for 2 years.
Yes,
two
we're
tritium
We're
years.
going to have to take the Batleth back to.
I can, if you choose to come back, which I certainly wouldn't mind, I will meet you somewhere. You'll know where to find us.
How does Sirin feel about us? The additions to his crew. Its crew. I don't know. Their crew.
Sirin, well, Sirin hasn't rejected any of you.
Oh, and
That was a possibility.
Yeah, we're all like,
dear.
oh.
That's good news.
Well, that's what I expected.
You haven't been rejected yet. Neither of us, but you haven't yet either.
What
Wait,
exactly
What is rejection involved?
Rejected?
It's a more rapid withdrawal.
You you can
so
choose it,
so
but it
not
pretty
so
much-
much the
Keep
literal
no,
sense of ejection.
No, it's
So much is
Sirin is not a cruel organism. Sirin is happy to have a crew.
it
We've
wouldn't
been
necessarily.
alone for a long time.
Is it cruel for your immune system to destroy an invading organism?
That's
wouldn't-
what the Hollow would do. That's what the Hollow are doing.
I'm
That's what
just
the Hollow
saying.
tried to do.
I'm just saying, if my body destroys a virus, it's not being cruel. It's just surviving.
If you tried to kill Sirin, they would take care of it.
But rejection is not.
It's an inefficient process that would require her to have
Understood.
them to have like holes from the inside of their ship to the exterior. That just seems like a problem.
Like a
No, they
Jeffries tube or
tend
something.
to close off a section and then super radiate it.
Oh yes, we,
Oh, yeah,
we
yeah, yeah,
experienced
okay.
that.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It was
It's okay.
brief.
I took care of it.
I have a new appreciation for digestive systems.
Well, Kika, you've repaired the Batleth, right?
Yeah.
If that's the case, we shouldn't waste any time. If these other ships might be headed towards Ica space, then we need to get back there as soon as possible. We can make sure to get you an escort to wherever it is you need to go as well.
You do realize the lab was. Did he? Sorry, did I see me get stranded?
this is-
He doesn't. He realized the lab is in the system currently acting as the homeworld for the rays.
Oh, I forgot to mention that. Hang on.
Yeah, there's going. So I said there was at least 100. Many of them will be there. This is not a thing I am ready to do yet. That's like going into enemy lines.
When Ica brings its force to bear, there's nothing that's impossible.
You are assuming an awful lot.
Why don't you try it in the simulator first?
I'm not arguing that we shouldn't alert Ica. We absolutely should. We should alert as many civilizations as possible. But assuming that they're going to be interested in anything other than saving their own is saying it's making some certain assumptions I'm not ready to make.
Well, it's the best chance any of us have.
Just don't make assumptions. I nearly got you killed last time.
I'm
We'll
not
just
making assumptions.
You are making the assumption that Ica is capable of taking on this threat on their own.
I have faith.
They seem, based on what you've said, the most likely organization that would have any chance.
Agreed.
Sounds like you should go there.
If
And
they'll listen, if they'll do something.
you're going to come back? Just like gives you this look of like,
We'll talk about it.
okay,
I mean, I have.
just let me know.
So here's.
I'll go.
There's
Like,
no
walks
need.
out of
We
the room.
need
This
to.
is your bridge. We can.
We need to inspect the Batleth anyways.
Okay.
All of us.
Perhaps later you would like to join us for a meal.
We're cooking.
I promise that their cooking is actually quite edible.
Okay. Thank you.
And if it's not, I can help.
Let's go.
You should find out if she has any allergies.
Oh, we asked that question earlier. She
Okay.
doesn't know what they are. Yeah,
You mean she doesn't?
maybe. Oh, now's the time to find out.
So we go back to the ship. I
Do we all
assume.
take? Are we gonna talk more? Or are we gonna take naps?
It's dinner time.
You could do
dinner
things-
time.
Wait, I
It's
thought-
not just those two options.
Okay, wait.
Only
Okay.
talking,
Talking
or
or napping.
sleeping.
I'm very confused. It's always nighttime in space, which is my wake. I don't know.
As you're walking back from the bridge to the botlet, Hexie starts singing to herself. In our head, Soren, 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 ren, ren.
Clearly, it's already taking its toll on you guys.
Oh no, she's always
She's
like that.
all the time.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be one of my B-sides.
Oh.
I could see that. I could see
Yeah.
that.
So we can all congregate in the mess hall, the small
Like-
eating room.
Congregate, is it
Ugly.
like?
As in, y'all can cook while we all have a conversation in the kitchen like a family does. And guest.
This one
Okay.
and this one.
Oh.
More than once, Hexie
And this one.
catches things that are being dropped and floats them back to the appropriate shelf.
I can't read the labels.
Conrad,
Not this one.
Okay.
Conrad looks around like he's trying to find a way to make himself useful, but it's patently obvious that he would only get in the way if he tried to help with anything. So he just sort of, oh, yes, no, I'll get that for
Yeah.
you.
The 7 foot tall Ziana just stands up.
also the telekinetic. Like,
Just best not to.
I'm not even that tall, but I guess compared to Kika.
I'm not allowed to use my feet cooks.
Yeah.
The kitchen is
Yeah.
also it's more like a kitchenette, really. It's also full of all sorts of weirdly placed handles and grates and like little ladders that were clearly installed so that Kika could get around more efficiently.
I'm not allowed to put my little foot hongs inside the cabinets anymore.
Yeah.
Only outside.
There was a really bad incident.
Gotta watch your feet, I
I'm
guess.
sorry
Hey.
to hear that.
Man, that was good pudding.
It's
Is that an alert?
Let's just know you're on your ship.
We're all like, it's an alert!
red alert,
I
yellow
can't
alert.
press the red alert button.
why is the microwave so noisy? I've never understood that. Like,
I
I
think-
mean, why does it just be once when it's done?
It's very
I'm not sure
insistent.
which sound this is, so I'm just turning them all down.
It's
Sorry, I'm
It's Thea,
I'm
right?
working on it. Yeah. Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I didn't actually get a chance to thank you earlier for rescuing me when I had fallen earlier on
Yeah, that's cool.
back there.
I mean, you're welcome. Or whatever.
I appreciate it.
I mean,
I know my presence is an imposition to all of you, but
oh, I would not call it that. Until you have this Mountain Dew, then that's...
you mean the Space Mountain Dew?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
The spam too. It's all good.
So, on the subject of our impending destinies and the inevitable doom of the galaxy.
You do
Sure.
have a way with words, don't you?
Thank you.
He said
I guess we have some things to talk about before Aryuta gets here. Nobody needs to feel obligated to making any decisions right now. Of course, we're going to have time between our travel through thread space and however long it takes us to convey the message to Aika and I'm assuming return our guest.
Who?
You have the lieutenant.
Oh, yeah.
You have lots of time
You
to
can all
consider.
call me Conrad. It's fine.
Conrad. You can all consider what it is that you want. If you want to find a new crew, if you want to go insane and join the Guardians, if you want to, whatever, I'm just saying, whatever it is you want to do, I've never held any of you to doing anything that you don't want to do. You've always been here under your own volition for as long or as short an amount of time as you want.
Well,
feel
at least
that-
once they paid off the damage to the ship.
Yeah, that was.
But we're past that.
We are past,
We're past that.
Just, but you know.
New damage now.
Got it figured out.
It was broken.
Yeah, we fixed it. I mean, Kika
Yes.
fixed it.
I can't imagine how it got broken.
I don't know either. Who knows how things happen? Sometimes stuff just falls off the ship.
So why did that third screw from the left in the main pipe go missing?
I don't know.
Putting aside the circumstances of our meeting, what you do, I am saying, is up to you. However, I and my ship will be returning to the Surin. Who is on the ship with me is entirely up to each of you. Entirely.
I will make sure that you have adequate protection with you when you go. I will be able to get Ica to provide you with an escort.
You?
Let's discuss that when we get there. And incidentally,
then you go dinner happens.
and incidentally, the same extends to you, Conrad. Should you wish to join,
That's
I'm
that's very
serious.
generous, but
You've proven yourself in battle. You seem to be an honorable soldier. All personality lackings of meshing aside, she's a real poet. All personality conflicts aside, I would welcome you onto my crew.
Captain, that's very gracious of you. However,
It's not gracious.
well,
You're a warrior. You're capable.
I'm also a lieutenant with Ica. I've sworn an oath to them, and I will probably be involved in whatever plans are ongoing from this juncture, since I'm the only Ica representative who's had any exposure to these aliens, so
And that is how you suppose a military works.
I know how a military works. I come from a long lineage of military people.
Perhaps the Guardians work very differently to the militaries I'm used to.
Look,
Ari
I
walks in at this moment.
fades into the hedge.
Fades into the hedge.
Look, I understand none of you are particularly fond of Ica. You don't feel like Ica has ever done anything for you, and why should you ever do anything for it? And I have no problem that you don't want to be a part of what Ica is or what Ica represents, but you should all understand, I love Ica. Ica is wonderful in the things that it has been able to do for people. You think of farmers on planets who are able to safely tend to their farms and earn a living, their own living, in peace, and be able to do so without threat of piracy or any other sort of assault or invasion. You think about inventors, you think about artists who are out there able to do things in security and safety, and it's because of Ica. It's because of the work we do. And it's not for everyone. I understand that.
You suppose that all of that doesn't exist outside of Ica?
I know that the galaxy can be a very cruel place where there isn't a government to protect the people.
Governments can be very cruel places as well.
Governments want us to believe that the world is a cruel place without them.
Everywhere there is cruelty. Everywhere there is beauty and art and farmers and people trying to screw over other people. Really, all I'm concerned with right now is the fleet of giant sentient spaceships that are just going to mow their way through all of that.
Well, that we can agree on. And I will do everything in my power.
And with that, we shall take our break. We shall return shortly, but first, donations! Shall be read! I'm gonna refresh refresh this page. My apologies for the Morse code segment. Turned out it was in the music portion of that soundscape. I was like, why does this soundscape have Morse code?
It sounded like SOS.
He's reaching it. Yeah, it did.
I figured it. I think it was do 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 do
like,
do 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 do.
Is someone trapped in the oven?
Today is 10.
It was whatever we were
Yes.
trying to cook. But it's okay now.
It's all right.
It's dinner.
It's dinner.
Our first donation that came in is from William_TW, $25. Let's go home, or maybe let's fight a fleet of giant battleships.
Yay!
Next is from Cellar Door 10 with $15. Loving the story, love the mission, love the chemistry among the players. Happy to add you to the weekly rotation of RPGs, and happy to finally get to watch live. Yay! Jordan Wynn with $15.
Hi, Jordan.
Love for Leviathan and my soulmate Lizzie Bold, less than 3. Thank you. Thank you. Fractal Eye with $50.
No, Jordan is my actual best friend. We've known each other for like a decade. So she gets to call me her soulmate.
That makes
AJ's
sense.
your
Nobody
favorite.
else does. Except AJ, my husband.
First runner-up.
No, he's there.
She's your bonded life partner, and then
Exactly.
AJ's your husband.
Exactly.
Yeah.
See?
So Fractal Eye with $50. Ziana's still making payments on the Batleth. Ouch, that's pretty harsh. Hopefully this can help offsetting some of the repair costs. Less than
It does.
Thank you, Fractal Eye.
definitely
It does. Haha 8P with $20. Loving the show. You are all great. My favorite show on Twitch was Shadowrun Corporate Sins until now. Leviathan is even better. P.S. Ask Anna. Ask Anna if you want to know how to say my name correctly.
Haha. That's seriously how it's pronounced.
I don't understand
The
how that
ha-ha
works.
or the
The 8, it's
Yeah.
8
Eight.
in a tone. It's eyes in a tone.
Yeah.
Oh.
I like it.
Okay, I follow. I'm just gonna call it haha. The Great Monkey with $25. Today's words of wisdom from the Great Monkey is a thought that came to him when passing the bakery this morning. Yes, I know I'm on a diet, but I don't want to be the one that looks back on my life and thinks I could have eaten that.
Truer words.
Were not spoken by a greater monkey.
That depresses me.
Paladin Hulk with $5. Hi everyone! Wow, we're getting a lot of exposition tonight. I'm gonna have to rewatch this episode to catch all the details. Episode 4 of Leviathan Distant Stars, also known as Exposition-isode. That didn't work.
Oh.
Specs position.
Spexposition. And then
Wow.
Paladin Hulk.
Is it X?
That sounds like
why must this continue?
Because it is the
I'm with you.
Paladin Hulk with $1.69. Whoops, forgot to
Nice.
set the donation amount to the correct setting. My bad.
Nice.
And lastly, Archaos with Archaos 46 with $10. Can't watch live because of time zones and work, but have a sponation before I go home and watch the VOD delayed.
yes.
Oh,
Thank you.
adore.
Adore.
Thank you, but why? Foundation. Why? I blame you for this.
This is the exposition episode. Well, we have 3 episodes where they all thought they were gonna die, so I figured I'd give them an episode where they didn't think they were gonna die
was
for
nice.
half of it.
We just think we're
was nice.
dying
Wait, she's
in
Yeah.
like 10 minutes
Yeah.
as
She's
opposed
just
to
said-
immediately.
She just said for half of it, you guys.
Yeah.
We haven't
no.
But also, she's made clear that we're all, like, literally all, everyone everywhere,
the
going
entire
to die.
galaxy.
Other fun things include, you know what's a lot harder to do is in a space show is a meteor crashes and everyone dies, because like that's just a thing in space. Like goddamn, what's my go-to?
Asteroid belt.
Yeah, but asteroid belts are a classic staple of science fiction.
The oxygen lets out of the ship.
That's another classic staple of a thing
It's-
you have to
it's
get
the
out
board.
of.
So you
The board.
don't want it to be tropey, or you do want it to be tropey?
I'm just
She
saying,
wants to
think
be
on it.
stropey.
I want to be
tropes.
All right, thank you so much, everybody, for sticking with us. If some people are asking about the address for the Wikia, I saw that in chat. It is GeekSpaceTV.wikia.com, and there are separate sections to include information about Leviathan and Exalted, the Friday night show. So if someone wants to start working on all that Space Exposition.
Spexposition.
The Spexposition. I actually have a
Every
document
time
that I
it's
will be
getting
posting
worse.
a bunch more
That's the
information
only
about the
one,
Premisa
really.
now that I've talked about them. But in the meantime, stick around or go check that out or find some fan art and tell them to submit it to the link that should show up in chat.
Just FYI, it's not W-I-K-I, it's W-I-K-I-A.
Wikia.
Kia.
Wikia.
Like IKEA.
Well,
I did. Thank you. Levy762 came in with $50. Left leg, right arm, limb's a limb. How Hexy taught Kika to fire a bow.
Yay! Thank you.
Sorry about that. Thank you for reminding me, from Levi. All right, so we will be back. Don't go anywhere. Stick around. Tell people to come watch this, and we'll see you in a few minutes.
See you in a bit.